Today, the character of international conflict has changed dramatically, and coming generations are going to inherit a very different world.
The future of international peace rests largely on the shoulders of young people.
One of the really unique things about the U.S. Institute of Peace is our focus on youth and young people.
In many societies around the world, young people are recognizing their potential to change the situation on the ground.
There's a great deal that's possible, and there are new tools to do it with. The kinds of tools people will use will change. Just look at how technology's changed in the last 10 years.
Through social networking websites, TV, radio, everything is making the world much smaller, and the reality is that what happens in these conflict zones affects us here in the United States.
We try to help young people create their own storytelling ways to bring their lives into focus.
In Iraq, we've been working with young people to do a reality TV show where young people serve as role models for how to become the next generation of peace builders.
أنا بت من بلاد المحبة والأمل.
اسمي عراق، جبل هور وسهل.
أنا من الأخوة العراقية.
ولدت من رماد الحروب.
So it changes the stereotype for outsiders looking at Iraq and for Iraqis looking at itself.
We also work with young people who are here in the States but are originally from conflict zones. USIP last year organized a youth diaspora conference that brought together young people from Iraq, Nigeria, Sri Lanka, and Haiti to come together and talk about what are the ways in which they can engage with peace building throughout the world. Through film, through music, through social media and networking, how can they reach their peers in their home countries?
That experience of being together, of sharing stories, of listening to one another's history changes the mindset, which ultimately changes behavior. The United States Institute of Peace continues to run a national peace essay contest for high school students around the United States who want to put their thoughts to paper and try to wrestle with a difficult question around war and peace.
Our objective is to give people a sense that while there is conflict, it can be managed. And our Global Peacebuilding Center is a way of trying to convey that understanding.
The Global Peacebuilding Center will be a hub of activity for learning, studying, and finding a role for yourself in the international community.
The wonderful thing about the Global Peacebuilding Center is that it expands our way in which we can educate young people about conflict and then empower them with the skills they need to continue to make a difference.
When college students or high school kids come to Washington, they'll come here, they'll understand the symbolism of the building, that it represents new ideas dedicated to some of America's oldest values.
And the Global Peacebuilding Center is one more way that we can reach out with multimedia exhibits, with classroom programs, and by creating a website, we've created a destination for young people to come to connect with young people around the world.
We believe that most people in the world really do want peace. And we also think people have to realize that peace requires skill and hard work.
We know that young people are critical stakeholders in conflict. We know that they can be an enormous resource for peace building.
And they need to be educated, informed, inspired, and brought into the field at this time in their lives when they can make a difference.